Have you ever had those games where you feel absolutely unbeatable, making insane plays, leading your team to victory, and thinking, I've finally figured this game out, only to come back the next day and get absolutely destroyed? One game you're the MVP, and the next you're at the bottom of the leaderboard feeling lost. Today, we're diving into why you're struggling to keep up the good performances and how you can start playing at your best more consistently. When the meta constantly shifts in Siege and no two rounds play out the same way, consistency can feel impossible to achieve. But the truth is, there are key patterns in how we play that lead to streaks of good or bad performances. When you understand these patterns and make adjustments, you'll find yourself performing at a higher level more often. Stick with me for the next few minutes and we'll work through the 4 key tips to break the cycle of inconsistency, helping you perform better and more often. The first step in overcoming inconsistency is adaptability. Too often, players fall into the trap of doing the same thing over and over because it worked in one game or against a lower ranked team. But Siege is a game of constant adaptation. What works against silver or gold players just won't fly when you're facing platinums or diamonds. Each round should be like a puzzle, and if you aren't adapting to what the other team is doing, you're gonna find yourself stuck. Think about your team composition. Are you using the right operators for the situation? Did you just lose the last round because of a specific strategy the enemy used? And how can you counter it this time? Instead of banging your head against the wall, take a step back, analyze the situation, and try something new. And maybe that means changing your entry points or using an operator's gadget in a different way. For example, instead of picking all fragging operators and trying to brute force your way into sight, simply bring a hard breach and EMPs to make sure you can open the wall safely. It's about using what you have in a creative way, playing the cards you're dealt with more precision and thought. Adaptability isn't just about picking the right operators though. It's about shifting your entire playstyle based on the match's flow. If you've been playing aggressively and it isn't working, maybe it's time to slow down and let the enemy make mistakes. If you've been defending passively and getting picked off, start taking some map control with early aggression or a roam game. Learning to read the game and adjust in real time separates the good players from the great. And if you can't adjust, you'll be easy to read and easier to beat. Another major cause of inconsistency is autopiloting. We've all had those games where we just drift through the motions, running our same routes, holding the same angles, and then wondering why it's not working. This happens especially when your mind is on autopilot, meaning you're really playing without thinking about what needs to be done each round. You might be pushing into a room only to get taken out and you don't even really know why you did it or what your goal was. Autopiloting often happens when you've been playing for too long, your brain is fatigued, or you're just not mentally in the game. It can also be a sign you're not hydrated or physically prepared, which impacts your focus. Next time you feel yourself going through the motions, stop and ask, what does my team need from me this round? What's the best move that I can make based on the situation at hand? Refocus on what's important to win that round instead of just trying to go through the motions. For example, instead of rushing a bomb site on instinct, take a second to gather intel, wait for your team, and execute a well thought out strategy. When you catch yourself on autopilot, take a moment to breathe and reset. Look at the kill feed, check your drone placements, and ask yourself, what's the win condition here? Often, it's as simple as remembering to just play off your team, hold a crossfire, or slow down your pace. If you let your brain go in cruise control, you'll miss the little details that matter, like sound cues, enemy positioning, or opportunities to get a critical pick. Consistently staying engaged and focused in every round is a major key to breaking inconsistency. A big part of consistent performance is playing the operators you're actually good at. I get it, filling in for the team is important, but forcing yourself onto an operator you don't excel at can backfire, leading to more inconsistency. It's better to be great at 3 or 4 operators than to be mediocre at 20. Sticking with your strong picks gives you confidence and consistency, which translates into better plays. If you're confident on Zofia or Ace, don't shy away from locking them just because the team comp looks a little off. You can provide value through better gunfights, map knowledge, and operator mastery rather than trying to play a role you're uncomfortable in. Focus on what you do best and build your consistency around your strengths. A strong operator pool allows you to be flexible without sacrificing your comfort zone. Knowing a few roles inside and out, whether it's fragging, supporting, or anchoring, gives you the stability to play at your best in any match. You're not scrambling to learn new mechanics or worrying about how to use an unfamiliar gadget. Instead, you're focused on executing the strategy and playing your role effectively. When you trust yourself on certain operators, that confidence leads to better decision making and less hesitation, which equals more consistency. And your mental game is everything in Siege. One of the biggest traps that leads to inconsistency is letting your emotions control your playstyle. Tilting over what your teammates are doing, trash talking in all chat, or hyper focusing on losses instead of your performance can quickly spiral into bad habits. It's easy to get stuck in a result-based mindset where if you lose one round, you suddenly start making irrational plays out of frustration, like pushing too aggressively or turtling up in fear. This only makes you lose faster. To combat this, you need to adopt a process-based mindset. Focus on what you can control: your mindset, your operator choice, your communication with the team, and how you approach each round. If a game isn't going your way, don't immediately assume the game is lost. Take breaks when you feel frustrated, rehydrate, and reset your focus. Remember, you can't control what the randoms are doing, but you can control how you react and how you play. Tilt-proofing your mental will make you a more consistent player in the long run. A strong mental means staying calm under pressure and not letting one mistake define the entire match. For example, if you die early in a round, don't spend the next one trying to force a hero play to make up for it. Instead, take a breath, review what went wrong, and focus on doing better next time. Learning how to reset after bad rounds is critical for consistency. You won't win every game and you can't control everything, but keeping your mental sharp ensures that when the pressure's on, you're still making smart plays and not reckless ones. Inconsistency is a result of poor habits, mental fatigue, and a lack of adaptability. By staying adaptable, stopping autopilot, focusing on your strongest operators, and keeping your mental in check, check, you can drastically improve your consistency in Rainbow Six Siege. It's not about being perfect every game. It's more about understanding what you need to improve on and staying disciplined to make those changes. Start implementing these tips and you'll see your performance level out and your rank go even higher. Thank you guys for watching. And if you enjoyed at all, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. Let me know down in the comments some things you guys do to stay consistent, and make sure you hit that notification bell to stay updated with my videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.